Alright guys, so for those of you that got the Cronus Zen or are looking to get the Cronus Zen and you're wondering how it works, I'm going to show you how to use it, how to get the most out of it, and I'm going to be looking at the no recoil script, or how to get no recoil on your weapons, especially popular for Call of Duty games. So once you've got your Cronus Zen, you're just going to set it up. It's super simple setup. You just download the software, it's got instructions, and then you download the Zen Studio, and it explains all how to do it in the instructions. It's super simple. And when you open up the Zen Studios, it will look like this. So once you've plugged your Cronus Zen into your laptop or computer, you're going to need a laptop or computer for this, guys. Even though you're using your Cronus Zen on your Xbox or your PlayStation, in order to get the script on your Cronus Zen, you're going to need a laptop or a computer. So once you plug it into your computer, it's going to open up and show you all of these scripts. And I've already got a video. I'm going to put the link below where you can download one of the pre-made scripts that are made by the Call of Duty and the Cronus Zen professional team. Okay, and that's this script here, which you just drag it down. But if, like me, you quite enjoy making the adjustments yourself on your weapons, especially if you favour one weapon. So if you always use, and you know 100% that you're going to play multiplayer, and you're going to use the ASVAL, or you're going to use the DMR, or a certain DMR, or any kind of weapon, the M4, M13, then you can go straight down to mods for beginners, which is here, and you'll drag it down. So I've got one already here, and I'm going to show you how I configure it. Okay, so when you've got it here for mods for beginners, this is how you can configure it. If you're using a semi-automatic weapon like the FAL or the SKS or any other semi-automatic weapon, if you want it to become an automatic weapon, here you just change it to optimize fire. That means that it will, if you hold down the trigger button, you only have to hold it once, and it will fire like an automatic weapon. And if you put it on optimize, that means it will fire at the maximum speed possible. Okay, so super lethal if you've got something like the FAL. You hold it down, it's an automatic weapon firing at whatever, it's 400 odd rounds per minute or whatever the fire rate is. If you're not using a semi-automatic weapon, then I'd advise you to leave it as disabled, because it can mess up, it can slow down your automatic weapons. So just leave it as disabled. And if you're using a semi-automatic weapon, you can change the settings here of when it's going to rapid fire. So I always just put it when you press the fire trigger, that's when it's going to rapid fire. Pretty simple. You can change the vertical recoil here, but it's actually better to do this in game. I'm going to show you guys how to change the settings in game. So all we're going to do is pretty much that's all we do here. Okay, guys. And again, block game rumble, you're going to enable it here and make sure that you've got rumble enabled in your game. A lot of people don't like to have the vibrations. That's fine. The block game rumble will actually block the vibrations going to your controller, but you just need to enable them, guys, here. And that's literally all you're going to do here. And then you just press save, and it's gonna. I've already saved it, so I don't need to save it. Just press save. Now it's saved your Zen, and you plug your Zen in. And now I'm going to show you now how we can modify the recoil for your weapons. Alright, so now you're in game, you're going to test out the recoil and you're going to change it on your Zen. So without using the Zen at the moment, you're just going to shoot against the wall without using any recoil control. And you're going to see how much recoil your weapon has. And I can see on this ASVAL, with the attachment I've got, there's a lot of vertical recoil. So I'll go to my Zen, as you can see here, which is plugged into my Xbox now. It should be plugged into your Xbox or PlayStation. And you're going to change the settings, and you're going to play about with them. So I can see there was a lot of vertical recoil and a little bit of recoil to the right. So I would then go to my Zen settings and I'll show you how to do that, and I'll just change the Y and X axis settings. So the Y is for vertical recoil. If there's lots of vertical recoil, then you want to increase the Y settings. And so as you can see here, I'm going to go to my settings and I'm going to put it to 44. It starts off at 24 and I've changed it to 44. And there was a little bit of right recoil, so I've put it to mine -3 or 4. Okay, and you can play around with those numbers until you get the settings that you want, guys. Okay, so you can play around with it until you get it perfect. So I've changed my settings, and now I'm going to fire that same weapon against the wall using the new settings that I've done. So I've adjusted it, and we're going to see what recoil the ASVAL will give me using the Zen. And You can see, guys, it's perfect recoil. Okay, the Zen is amazing.